It's time for a comprehensive news package on OGTV, the People's Tele. Thanks so much for joining us. I am Bukola Agbakisu at Top Stories. Muslim faithful community. Ogun government set empowerment program. Federal government invites ASUP leadership to meet strike. U.S. halts rollout of Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine. Do not follow where the path may lead, where there is no path.
And coming up on the world of sport, holds more medals at national sports. Details of is coming your way on the sports segment of the news. I am Emmanuel Dassaudu.
Thanks so much for joining us once again. President welcomed the beginning of Muslims' Holy Month, which marks 30 days of fasting. In a message to the nation to mark the occasion, President Buhari prayed to Almighty Allah to Muslim sacrifices, strengthen and improve the unity, solidarity of the nation. He urged Muslims in the country to exercise patience and reject vices to the nation. He also urged all citizens to show compassion to the millions of less endowed and remember those that have been displaced in the charity and prayers in this important period. Meanwhile, to welcome the holy month of Ramadan, a call has gone to Muslim faith the opportunity to move closer to God and pray fervently to change the current state of the nation for the country. This was a submission of some clerics who Benga Adekoya in Nabekuta metropolis of
the holy month of Ramadan comes up the most auspicious time as it is enthusiasm by Muslim communities across the world. Ramadan months of the Islamic calendar and falls after the end of Shaban. The 8th month are expected to begin fasting or when Shaban is 30.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us that Allah called those who believe among his creatures. That fasting is prescribed. Come on, kutiba, as it was prescribed to those that believed before you. What Allah expects from the fasting is the conscious sense of Him.
Speaking on the do's and don'ts during the holy months, to seize the opportunity of the holy months to pray to change the current state of the nation, especially on the issue of security.
This period being an holy period that the Almighty Allah has closed all the evil doors, doors of hell. Then God has opened the paradise. So if this period Allah is going to accept our prayer, then all the things that evils that is within us, God will take it away from us.
An opportunity, a chance for renewal. Allah usually gives us this opportunity daily. For example, He has given us 24 hours in a day, 5 times every day through the daily prayers. The same way He has given us opportunity to renew our faith, our soul, to energize our soul in the holy month of Ramadan.
According to Islamic injunction, Ramadan is of great importance to all Muslims, and it is faithful to fast period as one of the 5 pillars of Islam must be done in line with the teachings of the Holy Prophet.
In last minute, Vice President Yemi Oshite joined Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun to flag off a digital empowerment program in Abeokuta, the state capital, tagged Ogun State Digital Economic Empowerment. It is a project of the state government organized by the Bureau of Information conjunction with 21st century technologies. In a statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Kunle Shomori, he quoted the Director Information Technology in the Bureau, Mrs. Olatudun Adekute, as saying that at Ogun Tech Abeokuta at 11 in the morning. According to the statement, aimed at providing internet access to citizens and residents of the state in order to enhance of the people. The statement further stated that other special guests such as Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, Minister Fathers, it added that the project would enable the people to best global practices in the digital era. Abiodun has assured that its administration is committed to make Ogun State more attractive for investors, being the industrial hub alongside the education capital of Nigeria, giving news to the Vigilante Group of Nigeria, who were on a courtesy visit led by its commander, Dr. Governor Abiodun affirmed that everything possible to ensure that the Ogun State Times, represented by his deputy, Engineer Noimot Salako Yedele, governor, in recent times, the deterioration in the state of security across the nation had necessitated the involvement of others in the fight against insecurity, adding that it has no stone unturned in maintaining. Disclosed that the launch of the Amotek aimed at making the state safer by complementing efforts of other security in the state.
We recall that when we came into office in the mid-19, a tense situation right across the state then, and with the experience of kidnappings, people on the highway being kidnapped and hit. In addition to the support for Abuja, we also got a lot of tremendous support from our men on the ground, people who knew the notes and honors of this case, and this included the Vigilante Group of Nigeria at that time.
In his remarks, the Permanent Secretary, Bureau of Cabinet and Security, Waju Saka, informed that there is no rancor again among the various factions of the Vigilante Group, as they are now at peace. Responding to the Governor on Security, retired Lushola Subar has been a reliable partner in the management of security, particularly in the apprehension of criminals, alongside working in synergy with other indigenous security agencies in the state. Commandant General Group of Nigeria, Dr. Usman Mohammed Jaun, said his visit to the state to enlighten, sensitize, and motivate of the VGN for effective service delivery, continued support for the outfit to work together with the government and people of Ogun State to maximum security. Teachers in Remo Division have been trained on up to speed. The training in Ikene, the State Science and Technology, Professor Importance of mathematics for the nation's development. Abu, who stressed the need to reintroduce mental mathematics, and that it would help boost the confidence, also challenge them to be more creative imagination.
That all that is going on, because it's not only limited to education. I know that the realm of EDM is actually looking into the totality of development of the division.
The Commissioner in contributing its quota to the development of the state by working relentlessly on the educational development of the young ones. In his remarks, the project facilitator, Professor Adewale Sholari, said that the training was bound to improve the performance of students in their academic, noting that the training is intended to improve academic confidence. Ebola Fabowale stressed that the training will students up to speed, but also give them the mental in schools. On behalf of the teachers, the principal, Mayflower Secondary School Senior, Ms. Oyekon, said trained teachers would help to cascade the training in their various schools. And still on education, the ongoing promotion exercise being conducted by Teaching Service Commission, TELSCOM, will no doubt help the teachers to expand their horizon for the socio-economic state. The chairman of Ogun State Teaching Service Commission, Evangelist Olalekon Ifede, stated this while in the state. Yusuf Ganiyu reports.
Following the approval of Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun that the promotion 2018, 2019 and for public civil servants in the state, the State Teaching Service Commission, led by its chairman Olalekon Ifede and the permanent Mr. Johnson Odeyemi, on the ground to monitor teachers' promotion exercise, which is going on simultaneously across the 3 central districts of the state.
To answer whenever you are asked a question. Like I told the people inside, we don't want anybody. In fact, it is not my prayer that anybody. Oh God, what do we do? I don't want people to perform below.
While moving around Remo and Ijebu centers, chairman of the commission, Evangelist Olalekon Ifede, said the current administration will, especially in area of teachers' welfare, adding that the promotion exercise is to upgrade their levels.
People are happy, people are ready for the next level, and I know that getting to that level, they are going to give it back to us. They are going to, give their best and make sure that Ogun State is somewhere to refer to.
The permanent secretary in the commission, Mr. Johnson Odeyemi, in the exercise, as well as teachers, appreciated Governor Dapo Abiodun over the promotion exercise.
For this good gesture that they done to them, to ensure that actively involved in the teaching learning on other aspects of life, like security.
They are trying, they are doing their best. They are going to build the future leaders that we are expecting.
Appreciate our Excellency for the approval given to the TSC to leave one state to another state.
We are so grateful for even looking at our side, for moving us forward to level. We are so grateful. He has done well.
Remo Secondary School, Shagamu, and Adiola Odutola College, Ijebode, were among the centers. OGTV News.
Government leadership of the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, for meetings on Wednesday and Thursday to find a solution to the ongoing strike. To notices of meetings sent to the national leadership of ASUP by the Federal and the Federal activity. The first meeting will be with the Education Chief on Wednesday. On Thursday, we'll meet with the Labour Minister, Dr. Chris Ngigi, commenting on the national president of ASUP, Mr. B, expressed the hope of footfall. And still to come in the news, federal government rejects generalized approach to financial reforms. More news and reports in part 2 of the news. Join
The Ogun State government, under the leadership of Prince Dapo Abiodun MFR, in its efforts to plan for housing and environment, road, urban projects, rural electrification, and many more, is embarking on a property enumeration drive across the state. Project will assist the government in ascertaining the key areas to be fixed in ensuring of all projects and infrastructure. This is to improve and business owners to cooperate with the enumerators of buildings to kindly provide all necessary information to our enumerators who will be having on them. Ogun State, building our future together. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, àjọṣe gbogbo wa ni. Announcer, Ministry of Finance.
You're still watching OGTV Main News. The State Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs has warned members of the public associating with some individuals parading themselves as chiefs and obas without due approval of the state government. A statement by the Commissioner in the Ministry, Honorable Afolabi Afuakpe, the state government is not pleased with the actions and activities of these individuals whose actions have started constituting threat to the general people. According to the statement, members of the public are also any individual found parading himself illegally as Oba to the Nigeria Police Force for necessary arrest as criminal act, and anyone found culpable will be dealt with in accordance with the law. Members of the public are advised not to associate with such an Oba and not duly appointed by the constituted in perpetrating any act or action that may lead to the breakdown of laws and order in the state. The federal government was poised to launch what it called the National Emergency Medical Service System to provide prompt and efficient emergency medical service to the people. At a major parley on reproductive maternal newborn child, adolescent and elderly health plus nutrition multi-stakeholder partnership coordination platform in Abuja noted that elimination of delays can indeed reduce the high rate mortality. Dr. Ehanere, while noting that it is estimated that an efficient emergency can reduce nearly 50% by reducing delays in access, especially at night, said the federal government is poised to launch the National Emergency Medical Service to provide prompt and efficient emergency medical service. According to him, it will involve prompt distress calls of all types with first responders, assured first aid at points of care at no immediate user cost. To stability in administration of COVID-19 vaccines in Nigeria, Primary Healthcare Development Agency has partnered with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. Disclosing this in Abuja, the Executive Director and CEO of the agency, Dr. Fraser Shuaib, said the collaborative effort is founded on ICPC's threefold mandate of enforcement, prevention, public education, and enlightenment to prohibit corrupt practices and other. Dr. Shuaib stated that the ensure all appropriate anti-corruption and transparency measures are established and sustained of the COVID-19 vaccination campaigns. According to him, the ICPC will track and use of COVID-19 vaccines across the country with a focus on 4 critical areas: theft, vaccine availability. NPHCDA assures the public that those with intentions of perpetrating any unlawful act in this regard, such as extortion, diversion of vaccines, and or foreign exercise, and will face the full. Adding that the general public is therefore encouraged to report any act of corruption process DA or ICPC. The World Health Organization a halt to the sale of mammals to prevent the emergency of new. WHO said that while traditional markets play a central role in providing food and livelihoods for large populations, banning the sale of live mammals would protect the health and shoppers alike. Of the earlier 19 had a link to a wholesale traditional food market in Wuhan, in China, with many of the initial patients being store owners, market employees, or regular visitors to the market. The was drawn up alongside for animal health and the United program. It also called on government to close sections selling live wild mammals unless adequate risk assessments were. Food makeup on a regular basis involves more than eating a good diet. It is about nourishment on every level. Food also have nutrients that nourishes the body. The quantity. Margaret Okunlola takes a look at the health dieting, misconceptions about dieting, and the components of adequate diet. A report.
Irrespective of the classes of food consumed, food makes up human diseases as they add nutritional value to the general well-being of the body. Dieting, though surrounded by in an interview with experts in the field, they clarified misconceptions about dieting.
People normally have the idea that when you are to have an adequate diet, it's very expensive, which is a wrong notion.
Your stomach does not need to protrude before it is shown that you are eating good food. You understand? So I would say ignorance is another thing again. You understand? People don't actually eat meals they're supposed to take. They just feel anything goes into the stomach. So life.
They are reasons for dieting.
For cosmetic reasons. Some people feel become too fat and not attractive anymore.
Dieting is used in different aspects of life, depending on what the person presents with.
Respondent, however, pointed out the risk associated with diet.
Losing weight, excessive. As we have overweight, we have loses. If an adult loses too much weight, condition.
Even a level of such a patient, because the time they are supposed to have taken their fast in the morning, so that the energy to be supplied by that food will help them with their daily activities. There would have been a lowered level of such sugar in their body, and it won't allow them to go about their daily activities, so there will be a reduction in the sugar.
Component diet.
The general rule for weight loss, like I said, is that your energy intake, when I mean energy intake, it is from food that you get energy. So your energy intake for weight loss must be what? Must be lesser in nature. Then for weight gain, your energy must be lesser than your energy intake.
Dieting should be done over time. It's not something you just rush. People just say, oh, I want to in a week, within. No, it's over time. The best way to see the professional practitioner, the nutrition and dietetics.
Hold on the seek medical advice, avoid unhealthy dieting. Okunlola, OGTV News.
away from dieting. The federal government has rejected a generalized approach to reform initiative, stressing that it would specific measures in the country's financial management system. Accountant General of the Federation made this public in Abuja, partners of Ernest and Young in his office, led by the adversary leader, West Africa, Ben Afudego. Idris lauded the credentials and stated that the General of the Federation was open to value addition, and with the frame on financial reforms, it was advised against a generalized approach. Idris, whose office anchored the federal government's financial management reforms, noted that the overall success of the initiative was hinged on implementation of result-oriented ideas. He called on stakeholders that could have value to the government to come up and further advocated strong collaboration between some Treasury departments and EY Consulting to drive government the application of technology. Those not directly involved in the implementation of the reforms were in a better position to assess the efforts of the federal government. Tuesday, adjourned plenary till Wednesday over the recent death of two members of the National Assembly. This was just as the upper chamber held a minute silence in honor of both lawmakers who are members of the House of Representatives. The decision to suspend plenary